Yeah. Sunday night, 10 p.m. RTP Sports and Connection. Together. That's night views. Let's go. Night views, yeah, we live. We don't ever miss. Talking every sport, yeah, we deep in the mix. We are still going in, yeah, we talking that talk from the field to the court. Yeah, we running it off. Night views, late night. Shit, the vibe too clean. Every play, every take. Yeah, you rockin' with the team. If it's sports, we on it. Yeah, you know what we do. Sunday night, 10 p.m. to stay. Night view, yeah. Lights low, mic on, yeah, it's game time. Breaking down plays like at halftime. From the NBA runs to the goal line. We don't miss nothing, it's a gold mine. Hot takes, no breaks, yeah, we speak facts. If they mess up, yeah, we recap. Underdogs winning, yeah, we love that. Champ talk only, where the dubs at. From the hardwood straight to the field plays. Trade rumors buzzing like a field day. If it's prime time, yeah, we still late. Talking real life, this ain't the bait. How you still on the mic, yeah, you break it down. Every play, every move, yeah, he wants the crown. From the stats to the tape, yeah, he sees it all on night views. Yo, we answer the call, still nation fam, they know what's real. He breaks down the game, every highlight reel. From the legends to the rookies, we're talking that truth. Yeah, we got that look, G. Night views flow, yeah, we trending now. From the top stories to the big takedowns. No filter when I speak true. Sunday night, you know it's night views. Late night vibing at the city up.
Yes, yes, yes. 10 p.m. Sunday night. It's set up here with Silo's Night Views, where we talk the latest and popular sports. Again, Silo Abdul here. Silo's from RTP Productions. What's good with you, man?
What's up, man? We're back, man. Man, seeing them highlights, refilling some of them college wins like that, man, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah,
that
man.
was nuts.
Like you said, like Silo said, we talk, yes, professional sports, but we love our college as well, too. So during college season, we'll be more active, going forward. But tonight, it's about NBA Finals. We got to discuss Knicks versus Spurs, a big conversation with that. But then also, too, again, we're big NFL fans, so we're keeping an eye on the OTAs right now, what they're doing with that. And as one thing, as I always say, Carlos, we did this, about 2 years now? We love the women's sports. We love the ladies.
Oh, so man, yeah. We
do. We always got to highlight the ladies with the WNBA and, of course, during college. That's really what started all this. I think it was the whole Angel Reese.
Angel Reese and, Caitlin Clark. They brought us in, and we haven't left since, man.
Yeah. So we love the ladies, man. So, we're going to talk a little WNBA as well. And actually, let's just come out with the WNBA talk real quick. Just some standouts, a little snapshot of the WNBA, a few bullet points to kind of throw at you. The season's really early, so everyone's kind of getting their legs under them, overall. But right now, the current teams that's kind of making noise, the Minnesota Lynx, who they were in the finals, I think, the last couple of years or something. And then Atlanta Dream with your girl, Angel Reese. Like, Atlanta's going crazy. Yeah. They going crazy right now.
that was one of the biggest moves that went kind of like under the wire. Like, there was some news about it, then nobody's really talked about it since. But picking up Angel for that squad, man, has been crazy.
I think that's going to push him over the top because the Atlanta Dream, if you've been paying attention, Atlanta Dream has been a team like right on the cusp every season. And we'll kind of talk more about the team in a moment. And then Dallas Wings, they always make noise because of Paige Beckers. She's always, saying if it wasn't Caitlin Clark, they would have been talking about Paige if Caitlin Clark didn't exist. You know what I'm saying? She's that good.
100%.
And then the defending champs, Vegas Aces, always giving love to Aja Wilson. She's like go to this generation, literally. And Golden State Valkyries, I don't catch their games enough, but we'll see if they hang up there, with the standings.
New team.
Yeah. They debuted last year, had the best attendance, so the locals are supporting them, and so we'll see. We'll see if they get some stars out there. But let's jump back up top again. Minnesota Lynx, they have been among the best teams every season. The last like 3 years. Nafisa Collier, she's been hurt. She hasn't even started the season. So for them coming out, leading the league, and you even have Nafisa yet. And again, she's on the level of Adrian Wilson to me. I think Nafisa Collier is top 3 player in the league right now. Once she comes back, it's going to get ugly when they already lead in the league. And then second note, rookie Olivia Miles from TCU. They made to Elite 8 in the college last year, so she's a top player. They're saying she's probably the best rookie. She was a number 2 pick, but they're saying she's probably the best rookie right now. So that's what's helping them get that number 1 seed right now. Carlos, what do you think when Nafisa Collier come back, who's an MVP type player? It may get ugly for the league.
This shows like to all the upcoming stars out there, especially in the league, is like just because you're not playing, it does not mean you do not impact your team. This shows the camaraderie that they have in that locker room, and the fact that she hasn't been playing, but you could tell she's been pouring into her girls, into her teammates, and they've been coming out playing. So when they're keeping that seat warm for when she comes back out and she's ready to play, because this team right here, they may go all the way. They may go all the way this season.
They're my early pick. Again, it's very early in the season, but they're my early pick to say, hey, they're going to be in the finals, and maybe this next team may be challenging them. But real quick, Olivia Miles, again, number 2 pick. Maybe Dallas had a number 1 pick. Maybe I understand why they picked AZ Fudd. I get it. I get it, the whole relationship with Paige. It is what it is. But Olivia Miles may be the best rookie this season. So they on that. But the second team that I think if I say the Lynx is the best WNBA team, the Dream is my number 2. They got Elisa Gray averaging over 20 points a game. She's MVP level as well. And they have other players on there as well, but she's a standout. You add Angel Reese, the front court is solidified. We add Angel Reese, rebounding, defense. They're right there, again, early, but they're hanging with the Lynx early.
Yeah, no, for sure. And a good reminder of this, it kind of reminds me of what that Spurs and OKC level was of like in the league of those 2 teams fighting for that 1 spot. Because I feel like throughout the season, we're going to see these 2 teams fluctuate between that 1st and 2nd seed, going back and forth, fighting for that spot. Because slowly but surely, these teams, once they get their feet under them, like I feel like they can literally take out any team that comes in front of them.
Yeah, I think those are the 2 top teams. Like seriously, I think a month from now, like as we do these snapshots, it's gonna be Lynx and Dream like in the top 5 every week. You know what I'm saying? When we talk about them. So it's just once everyone again gets their legs under them. And I think the Lynx are gonna really distance themselves when they get their MVP back. It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Just imagine the top teams, like you got the Spurs, if Wembanyama was out the first month and they're still leading the league, it's like that's because when he comes back, that's what it is with the Lynx.
Yeah, 100%.
So we'll see. Now, I think a surprise is the Dallas Wings being, again, early but competitive. We talk about Paige Beckers, the number 1 pick, Azzy Fudd, and they still are kind of transitioning as a team. So I don't know if they're that good yet, Carlos. I only caught a couple of their games. I don't know about you. They're not there yet. It's early, but I think they're going to dip down by the time we check on them.
There's no shame in my game. Whenever the Wings are playing, I am going out of my way to watch this game. I am a big Bakers fan, Paige Bakers. Yeah. And listen, I said it when she was in the league last season. She looks like she was born to be in this league. Like she was ready. Like as a rookie coming into this league,
she's a baller.
It looked like she wasn't a rookie. She was playing like she's been playing in the league for 2 seasons already. Just the way, because there's some things that like rookies, how they make certain mistakes. Like she wasn't doing that in her first season.
That's true.
And now she has that second seat, like that official first season under her belt, and then you bring in that relationship with Fudd. And it's like she's so comfortable. She can just take over whenever she wants. She knows that this is her team. This is her team, and they're just building around her. And it's cool to watch, man. I'm a big fan of how they're handling the Baker saga
and
over in the wings.
like you said, they're building around her, and that's why I still think they're a step or two away, right? Because like her rookie season, they got the #1 pick for a reason. They were the worst team. And
Yeah.
This season, they're jumping out early. They're catching some teams early. Again, I think they're going to come back to the pack a little bit, but like you say, I like the direction they're building. Okay, you get this backcourt teammate here as he has to, get her legs under as a rookie. And that could be a real tandem there. And then next season, I think they could take that step. You can't find an Angel Reese every offseason, but if you get like a front court, you know what I'm saying? Like make a splash like Atlanta did, solidify your front court. Again, no one's going to be like Angel Reese. She's like broke records for points and rebounds. Like she's
so yeah. To your point, not everyone is Angel Reese, but what this does is when you solidify a team around your person, which is Baker's for the Dallas Wings, right? And you set that camaraderie, you show her having fun playing this game. Now you have these other stars who are maybe they can't win where they're at, and they look and they're like, man, maybe I want to go play with her. And we've seen a lot of shifting going around in the leagues. We see new teams evolving. I'm just saying the Dallas Wings, they may make some moves this offseason. I know it's very early, and I'm already talking about offseason moves, or even before the trade deadline. Like, there's some stuff that I see rumbling towards the end of the season.
And shout out to the WNBA ladies. I don't know if we touched on their new bargaining arrangement that they signed off on the deal. They're getting paid now. These ladies, like they get super maxes. Like
not only that, whenever you turn on your TV, you're seeing advertisement, you're seeing commercials, you're seeing them on State Farm commercials, you're seeing them selling cars. You see, it's a whole new wave of it's crazy, man.
These ladies, like, you mess around, you talk to them, right? They may fly you out, fellas. They may fly you out there. Don't accept. That's like a power move over you. Don't let them fly you out. Go fly out there to them.
I got no shame. I got no shame. You can fly me out. I got no shame.
Let her pay for dinner. I don't mind that, but you ain't gonna fly me out. That's like a power move. Now. Unless, if it's just you just kind of flying through real quick, then okay, yeah. Nobody.
I got no shame, bro. Hey, gas is $5 out here, so I ain't got no shame, bro. All right,
man. We all in this together, man. But final bullet point: the defending champs, Vegas Aces, and again we mentioned Golden State Valkyries. But as far as with the Aces, again, it's all about Asia Wilson. Like, as long as she's in her peak, and it looks like she's still in her peak, she may end up being the greatest ever, or it'll be a real conversation of the greatest as far as accomplishments. Greatest women player that we've seen. And this is her time right now. She's still in her window, which is kind of scary for everyone.
And I mean, I don't know if you saw her interview to start of the season. She came in looking like the Phoenix. She had the red hair. She had Listen, when you are an MVP of your league and you're able to teach and coach your man, which is Bam Adebayo, how to be a better player, there's nothing that needs to be said there. Like,
shout out to Bam. I know that's your boy. Age is more skilled than Bam.
100%.
That's a crazy, like, if they have children, that's a crazy specimen that's coming out. I'm just saying, wait for 20 years from now, y'all. It's crazy.
That's gonna be nuts, man. That is going to be man. That's gonna be crazy. And look, it's cool because you see the support on each end. She's at every Heat game. He's at every that they can make at every Aces game, and you just see that camaraderie. They're building off of each other, and that's always cool to see, man. Especially in a sport like this, that like you need that support to move forward and stuff.
So I think, like I said, a month from now, again, it's just a snapshot of the early in the season. I think some things will fluctuate a little bit, but I think what will remain like a month from now is the Lynx, especially when Nafisa Collier comes back. The Dream, I think Dream is just, they just have like a well-balanced team, front court, back court, and the Aces, I think you're going to see them hovering at the top a month from now. Now, outside of the top teams, there's still some standout players this season. So I just want to give some love to, again, we love the ladies. Kelsey Plum, she's a veteran out here. She was with the Aces a couple of seasons ago. She's leading the league in scoring. She's trying to go like Kobe level right now, averaging 27 points a game.
Listen, I don't know if you caught her last game. I don't know if it was the last game or last two games, but Man, ever since that trade went down and she went to the Sparks, she has been playing with a chip on her shoulder. Like she got something to prove.
It's that,
Like she's
that
a
Mamba. She got this Mamba mentality
yo.
right now.
She's like y'all gonna trade me? She sound like Jimmy Butler.
Well,
Me for Tobias Harris? Like
they didn't want to pay her. I mean, not saying they didn't want to pay her. It just they was like, okay, the structure of the team is like, I mean, yes, we could pay her, but we want to fill out the team. Which again, I still think
it works out.
I think you should keep her, Kelsey. But I'm gonna be clear. I think you should keep her. But if it's a financial thing, okay. She goes to LA, she's balling, and they didn't make the playoffs last season. I think this is the season because they had some injuries last year. But I think this season with Plum, like on her Mamba mentality right now, I think they're gonna be. You're gonna see them in the top 5. I think a month from now.
What's crazy about her too is that she's making all these players, young players in the Sparks, so much better. I forgot her name.
Cameron Brink, the big girl.
Yeah, Brink. Yes.
She got hurt last year. She hurt her knee last year, and she's like, again, she's a big, and so you get her back. She's very versatile. She could shoot as well, but she's defensive. I won't say like Angel Reese. She doesn't rebound like Angel Reese. She's like more offensive than Angel Reese. That's a big piece that they got back this season.
Right. And really, when you look at the seasons before Plum came to the team, they needed that facilitator or that person who could take over the game. And that's Plum's been living up to the name. Like she's been doing it, man. She's been dropping the points.
Let's be real. She wanted them shots. If you're on a team with Angel Wilson, you're not gonna get the shots as much as as Asia. So Plum's it's almost like a Kobe Shaq thing. Plum's like, I need my own team. All right, I need my own team. Let's get Shaq out of here. Right? It was a reverse. Like she went to LA. But no, I mean it's all love between them when they play. But I'm a big fan of Kelsey Plum. She's like one of the originators. When I started watching the WNBA, I was like, who pops off the screen? Yeah, Kelsey Plum, like she plays like a 100%. Dude. Like that's the best compliment 100%. I could give any woman. Yeah. Like she's like dribbles like a dude. Like she shoots like she's crazy. She's crazy.
She shoots it out the gym, man. She shoots it out the gym.
Yeah. So shout out to Kelsey Plum. We'll see if they rise in the ranks. We mentioned Angel Wilson already. Again, we can't say enough for her, but she's averaging 24 points a game. Caitlin Clark. I mean, when we talk about one consistent, when we talk about the women's game now. We're talking Caitlin Clark. We're talking Angel Reese. Like every time we bring up the WNBA, and Caitlin Clark averaging over 8 assists a game. I think she broke like an assist record. Like she's just like breaking records and averaging over 20 points a game as well too. With her squad, Indiana and Kelsey Mitchell, mentioned her All-Star as well. Both 20-point scorers. Indiana Fever. Again, I could bring up the standings, but it's too early. But just to be clear, 8 teams makes the playoffs. The Fever are like right at the 8 or 9 spot.
Yeah.
We'll check back in a month. They're going to be right up there. We got 2 All-Stars, really 3 with Aaliyah Boston.
Yes.
Also, so they got a big 3. The Indiana Fever is going to be fine, but just thoughts on Caitlin Clark, just doing what she does when she's healthy.
Yeah.
She was hurt last year, right? A lot of people was talking crap last year. She was hurt all last season. She's back.
Some may even say she got hurt last. They But I will say the moves they made this offseason, it definitely didn't go unnoticed. And I'm excited to see what Caitlin's gonna do this full season with an actual team that can
when you talk about when Dallas is on, I'm at the screen. Like when I can, but when Caitlin Clark's playing, I try to make sure I'm watching. Like she's gonna do something crazy. I already know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. She shoots from the logo. Like she's dropping dimes, though her teammates be missing layups all the time, but she be dropping dimes and everything. And she has the house rocking. Every time they're playing in Indiana, my second home from home, Indianapolis.
Right.
It's rocking every time. I still gotta go see her in person, but it's must see TV when Caitlin Clark plays.
I'm throwing it out there. That might be a live night views situation we got going on because I definitely want to go check that out, man. So we gotta coordinate
on that because like that's my second home. It's like, hey, I know the spots. I know where we need to be out there. We'll
do it.
I will love to see her in person. just to get that experience, that live, because Indiana has some of the best fans in the world in Indiana for football, for basketball, and they go crazy. I mean, this with them with Caitlin Clark, this is like the Reggie Miller days back in the Reggie Miller the Pacers, like they just going crazy, you know what I'm saying, in the arena. So we're gonna talk more about them, I'm sure. Again, a month from now, I'm pretty sure the Fever will be in the conversation. And Alicia Gray, again, Atlanta, big fan of the Atlanta Dream Team. She's averaging over 20 points as well. Final thing, rookies. Again, Olivia Miles comes up again. I think this is going to be the rookie of the year. I think it's going to be very clear. They're the top team in the league without their MVP, and she's playing big minutes as a rookie. Olivia Miles. Remember the name. Y'all going to hear her again throughout the season. So
and also Fudd, man. Fudd, once she gets her feet under her, man, she's gonna make some noise as well, man. She's in the right position.
She had a slow start. She had a little slow start. I think she got kind of banged up a little bit. I think one thing maybe we don't realize, the biology of all this is like when you have these women professional sports, it's a big transition from men going college to pro.
Yeah.
Imagine these young ladies, you're playing college ball and you're playing with grown women. You know what I'm saying? That's a transition, right? That's a real thing. And again, it's just a physiology of it. Maybe it takes them some time, you know what I mean? She got banged up a little bit, but now she's getting her feet under her. And it looks like she's having some standout performances, right? So we'll see. My money's still on Olivia Miles. If I'm gonna bet on FanDuel or something, I still would say Olivia Miles is gonna be the rookie of the year. So we'll see.
Yeah, no fights here. No fights here on that, man.
Much love to the ladies. Like I said, we follow the women's professional college as well. So y'all in the right places. I want to see the highlights when, we talked about UCLA, the women, when they won the national championship. We make sure we give love to that as well as the men's sports as well, too. So good stuff there. Let's transition. Before we talk about the NBA Finals, just a little side note, NFL OTAs, not here. Right here. Okay. NFL OTAs, shout out to StreamYard, messing up my transition. Notable OTAs, mini campus now. NFL, I mean, again, it's nothing like the NFL season, man. Like, it's nothing like it where, obviously it's the Sunday games, also Monday night, Thursday night is like a highlight for me every week. It's like that starts the new week. Like it's kind of crazy. My life revolves around NFL football when the season. And now they're gonna have like more Saturday games. And I think this season they're gonna have some Wednesday games. They gonna pop up some Wednesday games. I'm like, man, they're gonna mess around and play 7 days a week when it's all said and done.
And we're gonna be traveling around the world a lot more. So that's gonna be the fun part.
You got these international games where I wake up 9 o'clock in the morning and it's a game like in the UK. I'm like, what? In Germany? I'm like, bro, this is the life. I can wake up to NFL football, bro. Let's go. So anyway, NFL, if I can't say it enough, I love the NFL season. OTAs right now, off season training camp. Standouts. Just a few bullet points here. It's not really notable stories right now. We've kind of been through the draft. We plugged some holes in the free agency. But just coincidentally, number one pick of the draft, Fernando Mendoza, has been a standout in OTAs. As it says, been as advertised. Coaches praise his work ethic, questions ball handling. He's easing into the role, but impressing early. I think they're just ready. The Raiders, they're ready just to give him the keys and say, we're just going to sink or swim with you. Let's see if we can win some games. We can get like 7 or 8 wins, and then take that next step. Or they may mess around, think they can get to the playoffs. I don't know. But what's your take on just what the Raiders are doing, setting up for this rookie quarterback and them saying, hey, he's eating everything up and he's ready to go? I think this is a good sign.
So this right here is what I wish a lot of other teams would do when they're saying they're rebuilding and starting from the beginning. Mm-hmm. At this point, this is what you need to do, right? You have your guy, you're 100% behind him. Yep. You give him what he needs, and you try to build your best team around him. And then you got a guy like Tom Brady leading this charge of this entire franchise, this team. Like, it's like, all right, you trust the process. At this point, you have to. And he hasn't. I know he hasn't been on the field yet. He hasn't played. but his track record of what he's done in college, what he's done before that, like there's potential there. So you have to build on that momentum at this point. And I think they're doing it right.
It's about getting your quarterback. I watched a lot of his college this last season with the Indiana Hoosiers. They're not fully, Indianapolis don't fully embrace the Hoosiers. They're still kind of like over there, but it's Indiana, so we still got love for him winning the national championship. He did his thing. I mean, I tried to watch some of his biggest. I tried to watch some of his biggest games, and I was like, will he show up against Ohio State? And he did, right? He crushed Oregon, and he would end up beating your team, right? That's why it hurts.
Yeah,
he ended up beating your team in the championship. So it's like he's as advertised in college, and he's coming out again, putting in the work. When you're talking about like a surefire number one, I mean, I always got to think of my guy Caleb Williams with the Bears. It's like I think Fernando, he would just slip right in. First season, he'll take some lumps just like Caleb did, right? And then season 2. I think his feet's going to be under him, and you can talk about a real challenger in that division. AFC, was that AFC West? AFC West with the Chiefs, Bengals. I'm sorry, not the Bengals. Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos, and what's the other team? What's the other? Chargers. Chargers was a really good team. So tough division. This season, maybe the Raiders. Do you think the Raiders can sneak up? Because I think the Chargers are going to be really good. I think the Chargers are going to be really good because they got the Dolphins coach as offensive coordinator. I think they'll pull up 30 points a game. Broncos, I don't believe the hype. They're solid, but Bo Nix got hurt, right, in the playoffs. So they're going to come out kind of slow, I think, out of the gates.
They can definitely sneak in there. I could see that because you still like, they do have wow, he was my coach. And that's how quick we forget their names once they leave.
Which team you talking about?
Chargers.
They got Harbaugh, and then they got McDaniels as their
McDaniels. There you go.
Yeah.
So
they're going to light up the scoreboard.
I agree. But the thing with the offense with McDaniels was the defense. That's what ruined. So they have to really focus on that. But I still believe the Chargers will make noise. But I do think the Raiders could be that team that goes under the wire and really surprise a lot of people. The thing is with Mendoza, that I saw it in college against the Hurricanes in the championship game when they really should have lost that game, and they came back and blew it out the park. He has that thing that even Caleb has that Tom Brady switch of going nuts for a second to just go after it. Like he has that, and he showed flashes of it in that championship game. And having Tom Brady very close to you and having him like kind of be that mentor sense. And I know Tom Brady's not in the game, but he's still part of the organization. I'm pretty sure he's a phone call away for him, and that's enough to be that person to like, hey, like you're messing up, you need to step up, or hey Tom, I have some questions, so something like that to like really get into the mind and build that foundation for this Raiders team.
Yeah, the mind of Tom Brady is like you're talking about someone. I mean, you're talking about psycho mode. I mean, you're talking about work ethic.
Yeah,
when you think of like a Michael Jordan, or we mentioned Kobe, the Mamba mentality. You're married to this, right?
Yes,
that's what Tom. So Tom Brady, I think he's a type, and I don't know. I'm just guessing, but I think he's a type like if you're bought into it, then he'll pour everything. If you're really not married to this, because like I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but like Brady lost his marriage because he was like I got to go for another ring, and he like his wife was like, I'm done. Like, that's not crazy. You got to be the GOAT. Tom Brady is the GOAT for a reason, overall. So it's like, if Mendoza has that work ethic, then it can get pretty interesting, with the Raiders. And then, again, you're catching the Broncos. Again, Bo Nix injured coming to the season. I'm talking about their division. Chiefs, Mahomes is not 100% coming to the season.
Yeah.
So the Raiders can make some noise early. But but again, I'm using my guy Caleb Williams as a template. First season, take some lumps, but show what you got. And then season 2, I think the Raiders going to be a real story. I believe that's possible.
Yeah, I agree.
Next bullet point, Carnell Tate from Ohio State. That's wide receiver university, if you don't know out there, y'all. The Titans finally got Cam Ward some help on offense.
Yeah, man. About time, man.
Your boy Cam Ward was struggling last season. He's like, he had no one to throw to. He had no one to run the ball. He was like, bro, I'm just going to throw it as much as possible. I don't know what to do.
Their New Jersey should have been green because he was on the grass 24/7, man. It was crazy.
So Carnell Tate, I think that's a name that, just like the Giants had Malik Neighbors a couple seasons ago, like rookie receivers coming in, flashing. Yeah. I think Carnell Tate's going to be that type of guy, making noise early. And again, it's about getting your boy some help, Cam Ward, out there with the Titans. Right? So it's good that's standing out. Interesting bullet point here, Cade Klubnik. I think I want to say he's from. I just had it in my mind before I was even going to say Clemson. I think he's from Clemson.
Okay,
he's a solid pro. I think he had like 3 or 4 years. And basically what they're saying is that, with the Jets, they traded back for Geno Smith, which is like a weird full circle there. The Jets drafted Geno Smith. He busted, left, made money with Seattle, and now he's back with the Jets, right? Through a couple spots. And now he's back with the Jets. He went to the Raiders, and then he came back. But they're saying Klubnik has some juice. The Jets just need a quarterback, man. Like, I mean, I can't say my guy Justin Fields because he didn't really help my Bears, but he wasn't that good last year. I can't claim him. The Jets just need a quarterback. They had great defense all these years. I think they busted up their defense now. So now it's like they have the running back. I forget the little guy's name, but they have a running game with the Jets. They just need a quarterback, man. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah, I think we'll see Geno play a couple games to start, but I do think the plan here is to get Cade as that starting quarterback keep
Breece Hall running back. I want to give some love. He's just signed a new contract. He's a bell cow. So shout out to him.
Yeah. No, for sure. But like I said, I think Geno would start at least the first 2 games just to kind of like get it started. But I think he's going to end up being that veteran quarterback to motivate Cade to take that starting position, because the whole story behind Geno leaving, coming back, it's like at this point, like, Jets, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing with this team? Like, what's going on?
It's a little. The Jets are the Jets, all right. So that just is what it is. I don't know too much about the Bills getting Skylar Bell. I'm gonna be quite honest, I don't care about the Bills. They did get my guy DJ Moore. So now Josh Allen, you're running out of excuses, losing there.
Yeah.
Side note, because we didn't really talk the playoffs a lot. We didn't have a lot of shows through the playoffs, but that was one of the biggest choke jobs I've ever seen in a minute because people want to get on Lamar Jackson, and he drops the ball every post. He didn't make the postseason this past season, but when he gets there, it's always something always goes wrong when Lamar Jackson's in the playoffs, right? Josh Allen, you had it was no Patrick Mahomes in your way last season in the playoffs. No Lamar Jackson. Just for a side note, you had no veteran quarterback stopping you getting to the Super Bowl. And he had one of the biggest choke jobs I've ever seen against the Broncos. I'm a fan when you're good. I'm a fan of these guys when they're balling. Josh Allen, I mean, he's like Ben Roethlisberger 2.0. Like, he's like much better than what Roethlisberger ever was. But get to the playoffs, and with him, it was always, you see Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes just does some voodoo on him. He wasn't there. The voodoo wasn't there, right? The satanic rituals was not there at all. It was
the Taylor Swift curse wasn't there.
It was a clear path, right, to get to the Super Bowl. Do you remember seeing that game against the Broncos? I was in shock. I was like,
vivid, very closely.
You're fumbling the bag. Like, what did you think of that?
I think his mind was elsewhere. I do want to give him a shout out. He did have a marriage and a baby that's coming, but I felt like that should have been more of a motivation to win. But yeah. I think honestly, this could be the wake up call that Bills team needed to actually make some moves. I think that's why they went after a guy like DJ Moore because there was no excuse. You guys, they should have at least been in the fight. Like they should have been there in that championship game. Man, that was as a Dolphins fan, it was great for me to see. But as a fan of the game, I was like, man, like MVP, he would have, that was his shot. It was his shot, and he just choked.
That's not, man. It's like when everything's right in front of you, just to take, and you fail like that. I'm sorry, man. Like we again, I don't mind being hard on any quarterback that falls short because like this season coming up, let's just be real. Like this season coming up, Lamar or Josh Allen, y'all better make the Super Bowl because like whoever doesn't make it or both of y'all. It's a new class coming up. My guy's coming. Caleb Williams, y'all don't let him get 2 years under his feet. He coming, right? Drake May was just in the Super Bowl.
I think the Bears are going to be that team that everybody needs to.
It's going to be some noise, man. Y'all messed up. We did this with no defense last year. Like it's about to get ugly, right? So, and like I said, not just him. Like I said, Drake May, he's going to get his feet under him. Bo Nix, he made me respect his game. It's unfortunate he broke his foot, or ankle, or whatever, when he beat Josh Allen in that game. And I was like, oh, Bo Nix, he knows the system. He knows how to make the plays. He can be physical if he needs to. He's gonna have a short career. I think he's an idiot, but it's like, but he made me respect his game. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Bo Nix. I'm not worried about this guy. Like I think of what's that guy with Jacksonville, blonde hair dude. Like I laugh at him when I see him. Like, okay, like Bo Nix.
What is that guy's name? That's how unimportant he is. That's how unimportant.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. Yes.
There's no disrespect. I have no fear. There's no fear when I see Trevor Lawrence.
Nah, it's disrespect.
It's disrespect. But it's like there's more quarterbacks coming up. Again, you're going to and hey, what if CJ Stroud gets his mojo back? And
don't hold your breath on that, bro.
I'm just saying he cut his hair. I don't know if you saw he shredded the dreads. He's ready. You know what I'm saying? It's a cleansing. But my point is that there's more guys ready to eat, and Lamar and Josh Allen, I think they fumbled like these last 4 seasons. They should at least got one stab at it. At least Burrow got to the Super Bowl to have a chance, right?
Yeah.
These other guys, they hit him. So hey. I'm hard on him for a reason.
And that's another one too. Burrow, he's coming back healthy. And shout out to Jules, man. The Giants, they made their moves. They made their moves this offseason.
The Giants, I mean, you got your coach, right? You got your coach. Yeah. So you're talking about. I think I look at them like with Raiders, like Giants, like let's relax. Let's relax, Giants. Let's relax. This is
I don't know, man. Scatterboo coming back too. They made some moves, man. They made some moves.
Let's reset the clock, right? The season one.
He said, "Relax."
The season one. You just like the Raiders to me. So
hey, make sure to clip this. I'm sending this to Jules. I'm sending this to Jules.
Get your 6 or 7 wins. That's real cute. Season one. Now next season, we'll see what you got, Giants. Let's relax out there. Over there on the East Coast there. Y'all ain't really got too much going on. I know you thought the Patriots out there, the Patriots is doing good, but let's relax out there. So as far as that's the NFL stuff. Again, it was just a few bullet points because it's OTAs. We're getting charged up in a couple months. NFL will be very exciting when we get closer to the season. So we need to just get to the main story here. Again, not that again. The NBA finals are set. I had a good time watching. I mean, I before we start recording, you say I wasn't watching the East Coast, but I was watching the Eastern Conference. I was watching the Eastern Conference, but and let's kind of start with them. The Knicks.
Yeah.
it was an interesting first round where they actually got pushed to 6 games by the Atlanta Hawks of all teams. And I don't know if they were just kind of like sleepwalking, but once the Knicks woke up, they just didn't lose at all for the next month. They swept the Sixers. The Sixers are cursed with Embiid. And they swept Cleveland Cavs, who the Cavs I thought had a shot the first game. The Knicks came back, stormed back in the fourth quarter. Brunson, Cat, OG, Bridges, Hart. Like the Knicks are loaded. And what did you think of just of their run through the East, or did you think it was like was it some lack of competition in your opinion?
I will say this. Respectfully, I'll give the Knicks their credit. They did what they had to do. They played, we can't always say, as a Heat fan, when we had the big three and everybody would say, oh, you guys played easy teams, you guys should be there. I don't want to be that guy. I respect they played the teams that they got and they mulled through them and they got to where they needed to get to. My thing is though, right? Not with the Knicks. My issue is with these other teams, right? Mm-hmm. All of a sudden, the Cavs acted like they didn't know how to play basketball. They were turning the ball over. James Harden, I guess he started partying at the strip clubs again. I don't know what happened with him. The one team I was really pushing for, just because of the story, was the Detroit Pistons, man. And then it became just Cade had to do everything on his own. And we've talked about it. That's kind of how that team was made. But all the people around him, they weren't showing up and helping him out. And I felt like that would have been a better series besides the Cavs and Knicks. I think the Knicks, not to say they would have struggled, but it definitely would not have been a sweep. I think they would have at least put up a better fight against the Pistons against the Knicks than the Cavs. I knew after I saw that game that the Cavs won, which they should not have won that game against the Pistons. Once I saw that they were going to play against the Knicks, I knew the Knicks were going to sweep this team. And it was going to be a long set. I feel like I'm talking like if I was Charles Barkley. Because listen, every time the Cavs were on the screen and Charles Barkley was covering that game, he was literally sitting at the desk like he didn't want to watch the game because the sloppiness of play was so bad to watch. And that team, I don't think Donovan Mitchell will be there next season. I think they're going to blow up that whole team. I think they're going to end up staying with James Harden. That's what I think the Cavs are going to end up doing.
Oh, hey, they deserve mediocrity then if they do that. But with the Knicks, I think I became more impressed with their team because, like, if you say it was like a lack of competition, I think you should do what the Knicks just did, just bury them. If they really suck, sweep, right? And that's what they did.
Get it over with.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like
cut it off.
I gotta give them credit where they're just like, hey, we didn't play around with these teams. If they were low top competition, okay, we'll wait for the real competition, the West, right? And do you, before we transition to the West, do you think the lack of competition will that be like a detriment to the Knicks going into the finals, or what do you think? Because they took care of business, right? But is that does that hurt them?
So for me personally, if they were playing OKC, I would have said no. The fact that they're playing the Spurs, that throughout this whole playoff series, like throughout the season of playoffs, the Spurs have literally gone through everything you could think of as a team to get to where they're at right now. Like they've been through the ups and downs. They've been through the games where Wemby doesn't show up, or they've been through the games where they had to play without Fox. They had to play without Castle at one point. Like their main stars did not play on that team, and they still found a way to get to the end into the finals. So playing against the Spurs right now, and then Karl Anthony Towns, if that's a guy you're relying to guard Wembanyama,
good luck.
Like, good luck. Especially, and this is where the whole like them not playing the hard teams or whatnot. And I don't want to really use that term, but Cat has only really, if you really watch the games that he played in the past, he was not as dominant down low as the Knicks need him to be in this series. He was the guy shooting, from the elbow, shooting out on the 3-point line. He fell in love with 3-point. His shots were falling. He made a difference. But for this, you need a whole different cat. Same thing with Brunson. You need him to play totally different because he's not going to have those mid-range jump shots that he does in his game because of who you have in the paint with Wembanyama. Wembanyama doesn't even have to jump to block a shot from Brunson, and to give credit where credit is due. And I know we're going to touch on the West now, but as I would say, the beginning of the series of OKC and the Spurs, one player I was really frustrated with and actually grew to like him was Castle. And a lot of it, I put a lot of pressure on him because this was that moment where he needed to prove himself as handling the ball, taking control of the game when he needed to, because Fox did not come into the third game. Mm-hmm. And Fox being that veteran
100% at first either.
Exactly. And Fox being that veteran point guard where you even saw it last night. There was times where he had the ball and he just told everybody, hey, calm down, let's set up, let's run a play, letting the clock run down when they were up. Whereas there was times in this series and the series before where when Castle was playing or even Vassell was playing, they had the ball in their hand and it was like, we have to go at 100. You're crossing over in front of people where you're losing the ball, you're doing this, and it caused, I think he was averaging over 8 turnovers at one point a game, 8 to 10 turnovers a game, which as your starting point guard, when you're the guy who's supposed to set it's unacceptable. But the best thing that happened to the Spurs yesterday, I guess we can roll into the West now. The best thing that happened to the Spurs last night that I, as a fan, which made me enjoy watching Castle play, was him getting those 5 fouls early and the coach trusting him and putting him back in the game early. And him looking at the coach and saying, hey, look, I'm not going to foul out. Let me get in here. Trust me, I got this. No, I'm talking about Castle. Castle was in foul trouble. Okay. And there was a point where the OKC was coming back. Mm-hmm. And he looks at the coach. He's like, Coach, you need me out there. Let me go out there. Trust me. He trusted him. He took over the game. And that's when you saw the ball starting to move. Because there was a spurt there in the beginning of the game where they got into a good start. The lead was going, and then Wemby started overthinking a lot of things when he had the ball in his hand.
You saw that inexperience. Like, that's the thing. Like, we talk about the Germans. Like, again, the Knicks, I think they, kind of more veteran. So they took it by the horns once they figured out, okay, we're better than every team on the East. And they was like, okay. With the Spurs, it was like it was still a learning experience. I liken this team to one of the first teams I really paid attention to growing up was the Shaq Orlando Magic, Penny Hardaway team. Yeah. And when they got into the playoffs and they went crazy their first season in the playoffs and made it to the finals. This is like literally what the Spurs are doing. Like, this is what Shaq did when he first got to the playoffs, because his rookie season, he didn't make the playoffs, just like Wemby. He didn't make the playoffs to this season. When Shaq got to the playoffs with Penny, he had a squad, Nick Anderson and everyone, and they messed around. They beat Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan came back from baseball. They beat him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They made it to the finals. And you saw them, but you saw, my point is that, because they ended up losing to Hakeem Olajuwon and the Rockets, but you saw them growing every playoff series. You're like, okay, this is their first time, no matter what's happening. And actually, I'm gonna retract. I think it was Shaq's second time in the playoffs. But my point, they were young when they made it to the finals, and you saw them learning every series. And that's what you saw with the Spurs this season. You saw them saying, okay, getting their feet under them. Wemby gets hurt, gets a concussion first round, so he's out a game. And and they lose that game. They lose to the Portland Trail Blazers, who's an inferior team, talented but inferior. Wemby goes out. They lose that game. That next game, you saw Castle step up. You mentioned Castle, and someone I became a huge fan of, Dylan Harper. I'm a huge fan of this guy.
D Wade 2.0. D Wade 2.0.
That's literally how he plays. That's
Yes,
literally
man.
how this kid plays. And it's like
shout out to Harper.
He D's up. He has handles. He has probably a better three to your boy, D Wade.
Like, yeah, no, 100. D Wade would say that. D Wade would say that.
And that's Ron Harper's son. So you got that genetics. You got a champion genetics coming. Ron Harper played with Michael Jordan. You know, that second three-peat. So you got defensive abilities, offensive handles, and you saw the rest of the team just step up.
Yep.
Most importantly, Castle and Harper. So when they get through that and they get through the next couple rounds, Wemby gets suspended again because he elbowed Nas Reed in the head against the Timberwolves. Right? And it was like a sigh of relief for the Timberwolves. Now, Ant Edwards wasn't 100%. Don't get it twisted out here. That wasn't 100% Ant Edwards. That would have been a better series. He rushed to get back from a messed up knee, right? And they still pushed it to 6. Just imagine if Ant Edwards. I'm just saying, Spurs may still have won. But don't sleep on Ant Edwards coming back next season healthy, get some more reinforcements. I don't think he's going to concede to the Spurs so easily. But so you get through that, and you get to the defending champs, OKC. After game 1, what did you think? With game 1, it went to double overtime, and you saw the Spurs. You saw like haymakers, like the OKC's doing everything they're doing, flopping and all that other stuff they're doing, and the Spurs hung in there. In OKC game 1, I thought right there, I was like, oh, they're going to find a way to win this series. The Spurs are, because they gutted out that game 1. What did you think? Because a lot of people was like, I still think OKC was favored and they would, but it just felt like the Spurs may actually be the better team.
The numbers that Wemby put up that first game, after watching the NBA hand the MVP trophy to SGA. And he dropped what was it, 42 and 20 with like 10 blocks. I was like, bro, like this guy is living up to his name, the alien.
He's an alien. Yeah, he's an alien. Yeah, he's not from Earth. Like, this is ridiculous. 7'5", 7'10" wingspan, plays on the perimeter like KD. But defensively, like Hakeem Olajuwon, the greatest defensive player ever. It's scary.
One of the best things from this series alone that I loved was how Wemby went to the bench after every play, checking on himself and trusting his veterans that till this series, because you saw their effectiveness. I didn't even really know they were still on this team. And you're gonna laugh. Biyombo, Plumlee, and Olynyk, because there is one game in this series where they lost. I believe it was the game before last, and he's like, he walks over to the vets and he's like, "Hey, hurt him," and, he walks back to he's like, "Hurt him," and nail polish guy, he went home crying because he got messed up. But just
that veteran leadership, like, you would know that as a Heat fan, like, you got to have those Haslems and guys like that in the locker room. Yeah,
there was one play, and it was the sequence what we were talking about earlier with Wemby, where he looked like he was hesitating. He didn't know exactly if he wanted to drive or he wanted to shoot. Like Biyombo, he called him over. I believe it was at a free throw shot for OKC. He called him over. He's talking to him. He's like, "Dude, stop overthinking it. Make the move and go. Trust your gut. You got us here. Finish taking us there."
That's that learning curve I'm talking about. You're seeing them learning in real time, which is scary.
Man.
That's scary.
And what's crazy about that is a lot of these, especially players nowadays, they don't like. If you want to win, you need to humble yourself and listen to those who've been there before. Biyombo has been in the league for 15 years. The fact that he is taking this all in and actually learning and using it, man, Wemby for the next couple years is going to be is that player.
This is a nightmare for the league, right? Because I was ready to concede. Like, after that game 1, and I was like, okay, I'm sure OKC is going to bounce back. Because again, I know there's a lot of jokes about SGA flopping, and he does flop. But I'm gonna give him credit. Game 7, he came to play. That's probably one of the best
100%.
games. It's probably one of the best games you've seen him play. Game 7. He said, "Is all of a sudden he had no help. It was kind of crazy, and we'll kind of talk about that in a moment." But I was convinced after game 1. I was like, "Okay, OKC, they're gonna come back and win game 2. Spurs, you go to game 3 back in San Antonio. If you take a stranglehold, you could stranglehold this series. But no, OKC won game 3." And so in my mind, I was thinking, okay, all these years watching the NBA, you always got to pay your dues. Like you almost never break through early. You got to lose to the defending champs a couple of times. And then, like Jordan, he kept losing to the Pistons, right?
Yeah.
And then he finally broke through. Shaq and Kobe, I'm a Lakers fan, we kept losing to Utah Jazz for some reason. And then Malone finally got old. He was like, okay, now we can just go win now. So it's like you got to pay your dues, right?
Yeah, LeBron with Boston.
Like your Heat. The Pistons whooped them up a couple of times, right? And then you break through. Like you said, LeBron again.
Awesome, yeah.
So it's like in my mind, I was like, okay, OKC kind of jumped back out on the series. I was like, and after game 5, they went up, 3-2. I was like, maybe the Thunder, the Spurs ain't ready yet, right? So I was very impressed by the Spurs these last 2 games. I figured they would probably win at home, but they ran the OKC off the floor. Then game 7, Shea came to play. Like he still was falling down and stuff. He still was doing that, but that was one of the best.
He hit some big shots, man.
Yeah, one of the best games I've seen SGA play. And Jalen Williams is out hurt. That's his number 2 guy. He's out hurt. Now the Thunder are so good, you almost think they don't even need Jalen Williams. That game, he needed Jalen Williams. And no excuses. Again, I'm not giving him any excuses here. But what I'm saying is that Shea, your best second player is Alex Caruso, because he's playing out of his mind. Where's Chet Holmgren? We're paying this man $200 million.
Bum.
And he didn't shoot the ball at all in the second half. Are we serious?
Listen, I knew Chet what was going on with Chet when he grabbed that ball and he went and he was like, nope. And threw it away. That one drive where he went and he slipped.
That's in his head.
When he slipped right in front of Wemby, when he tried to go do the layup, I was like, oh yeah, it's over with. Like
it's mental.
OKC just lost.
This is mind control. And so if that's your number 2 by default, again, I think Jalen Williams. I still think the Spurs, the way the Spurs played, game 7, I think there wouldn't be any version of because SGA played his best game probably of the season. Or one of his best games, and I don't think Jalen Williams was going to peak out or anything. So I think the Spurs still would have won. But if Chet ain't ready for prime time, I'm just going to throw it out there. There's already rumors out there.
Yeah, ship him out.
Package this dude up. Go get Giannis. Because you gotta play this alien now. Yeah, you got SGA in his prime, 2-time MVP. You can't run it back with this team. They just beat you. The inexperienced Spurs. You saying, "Oh, we're gonna run it back," and Chet's gonna show up. No, I don't trust you. No, you had 7 games to show up, and in game 7 at home, you didn't shoot the ball for this. This is like Ben Simmons type stuff now.
Yep.
Is it in your head, bro? Package this dude, get Giannis, and this will be a fair fight.
I think Chet. Giannis would be amazing if they get it right, but Giannis has a say of where he wants to go, right?
You think he's gonna say no?
I think so.
You think he'll want to play with SGA?
Nah, I don't think so. I will say this though: a play for OKC would be going after a player like Randall. I think Randall over there would be a big body who can play down low, but can also take over when he needs to and help SGA with the load of the ball. Because I don't see Randall staying with Anthony Edwards.
See, the T-Wolves, they may be like, let's package Randall and get Giannis, right? So it's going to be a sweepstakes.
That too.
And I keep bringing up Giannis because you're saying, okay, how can we compete with this alien? You need a versatile big who's athletic, who can move. That's Giannis. Now he's getting older now. That's one thing.
Yeah.
That's a caveat there where Giannis may be kind of getting out of his prime, because he got these injuries racking up. But if you throw a Giannis out there with a Wemby, that could be like a neutralization right there. Because Chet ain't it. Whatever the answer is, like it's not Chet. Okay. And I think Giannis could be an answer. I'm trying to think of like any other person
Utah.
Jaren Jackson can actually match up pretty good. Or if you're thinking of
no, the white boy, I forgot his name. He's there.
Marketing. Yeah.
Marketing, yes. Yeah. He's what they need Chet to be. The way he plays.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the way he plays, because he's always aggressive. And it's like with Chet, like even defensively, I mean, he kind of shows up a little bit defensively, but we need buckets, man. Like Shea was playing. You saw SGA like literally bending over, like kind of catch his breath because he was shooting so much because he had no help. It was all role players.
And here's the thing. With that being said, if he would have just put up 10 points, I think that would have switched the game over to OKC because what that bench did for OKC this whole series, you can't ask for anything else. You can't.
That's why this is crazy, because it's like, okay, you got your stars. Right? Again, Jalen Williams was hurt. You got Jared McCain coming off the bench, dropping 20.
You had the other Jalen Williams going off.
He was hitting threes. Caruso played the greatest series of his career. And it almost was enough, right? So it's like, if you're OKC, you're like, okay, we got a top heavy problem here. Chet, we love you, bro. We won a championship, right? But we gotta play. You always gotta look ahead to who's your opponent. The Spurs are going to be here for the next 10 years. Okay, 10 years. Okay, that's what we're entering, this era right now. That's why you gotta. Who can you match up with? That's why I think Giannis is going to be key for the next 3 years at least. Whoever gets Giannis, they're going to be able to compete with the Spurs for the next 3 years.
I just had a crazy thought. What if before he retires, because I don't see KD playing for too long. What if KD comes back home to OKC, take that spot up?
You won't worry about buckets at all. You definitely would not worry. I think that cancels out Jalen Williams a little bit, but you still need that big, I think, a versatile big. But I mean, KD can play the 4. So I mean you can get into a shooting match maybe,
right?
And if you get Chet out of the way, then you won't have people scared out there. Because I just saw this man was scared. I can't go to war with you scared out there.
Like he wasn't even talking back at the game. It was crazy.
This is what makes this crazy. This wasn't just like a random Wemby's going at Chet. It's like, no. We've known for years Wemby does not like Chet. Like, it's a personal thing. Like, they played some international game and they beat Wemby's team, and Wemby was crying. He was like 18 years old. He was crying. He's like, I hate this dude. This Chet dude. He gets to the league and they're like, oh, Chet, is he better than Wemby? And so Wemby's like, no, I gotta kill this dude every time I see him. Like you're my op, bro. You're my op. So you get to the conference finals. This dude's calling you out, bumping you, blocking you, and you have no smoke for him. Oh, man, like I wish Chet would have got like a technical one time. Push Wemby in the face, man. Like
one shout out. Listen, one shout out we do need to give, and I can't stand this player just because like he annoys me how he plays, but I got to give him his props. It's Harkenstein, man, with the rainbow.
He came to play.
Listen, those rainbow floaters that he was doing. Man, it was crazy. Like he was just shooting them. Yeah, man.
And he was out there. He was elbowing Wemby. That's why if Chet could get some of that energy from Harkenstein, because Harkenstein he only could play like 12 minutes because the game's too fast for the big traditional big, right? But when he came in, he was throwing the floaters up. He was bumping Wemby. He was like checking. I was like, that's how Chet's supposed to be playing him.
Yeah,
and either you got it or you
it was
don't,
just
bro.
crazy to me because man, when he shot it, it was like a rainbow. It was like, that ball looked like never came down.
Respect to the Thunder. Like I said, the Thunder, they showed a lot of metal. Again, and I know the people talk about the flopping and stuff, but no, the Thunder, they were defending champs. They were real champs, and everyone stepped up. Everyone except Chet.
your
All the
guy.
role players. Yeah, Carson Wallace. He was hitting threes from everywhere. Caruso again played the season of his career.
The TikTok guy, what's his name?
You had Jared McCain. You had again
McCain. Yeah, there you go.
The other Jay Williams. Everyone was stepping up. Except
Phillips, yeah, Phillips too. Phillips was going off.
So I mean, OKC, they got just like all these other teams. You got to take a serious look, and we're gonna get to this matchup here, but the West and everyone, they got to take a serious look at that roster and be like, okay, we got an alien. He already broke through, so that means this team. Dylan Harper is a rookie. Dylan Harper, he's gonna be all NBA next season. I don't see too many guards better than him skill-wise right now. Like this dude, like I said, Dwayne Wade 2.0. That's literally how this dude plays. That's going to be scary. Castle's only going to get better as a big point guard. That's going to be scary. You just got your shooters. All you got to do is surround them with shooters at this point. Is Wemby, those two guys, your big three, and just surround them with shooters. And a couple dirty work guys. You got a championship window like LeBron had when he won like 8 finals in a row. That's what the Spurs literally have a chance to do. That's scary. That's scary for me.
Going up to this matchup right now, right? Like really looking at it, one thing that the Spurs somehow kind of low-key perfected, I want to say perfected, but they got a chance to really work on it. This series against OKC is trapping SGA. And if we know one thing about Brunson, he doesn't like that. When you get up into that elbow corner and you get the 2 guards on him, he's short. It's hard to make those passes, man. Yeah. He likes to get the ball quick out of his hands, get set up. If they can like play at their pace and set up their defense, that zone defense that they've been running, where they kind of have Wemby, he's kind of like just floating around,
like a free safety. Oh man.
Like, yeah, man. This is gonna be scary defense.
We got a little tail of the tape here, so let's throw a good transition there with the Knicks and Spurs. Now, first, Spurs. As far as record wise, Spurs will have home court advantage, right? So game 1 Wednesday will be in San Antonio. That is an advantage. I think the Spurs can jump out early with this. We understand the path to get here was. Really, the Spurs really wasn't challenged until the Thunder, and it's defending champs, so that's noteworthy. They went through the champs to get to the finals. The Knicks, not quite. They, kind of whooped some teams that had clear deficiencies. So I think that's important. It mentions here the key strength, elite defense as far as the Spurs, ankle bar Wembanyama, length, athleticism. That's huge with Castle and Dylan Harper. With that squad, even Vassell, he steps up. That they got a team defense. They bought into it. Yeah. But this is going to be the ultimate matchup: defense, strength versus strength, defense versus explosive offense. The Knicks are on a record pace, running teams off the court. Now, finally, head to head, they split the regular season. Knicks won the NBA Cup versus the Spurs, so that's a nice advertising for the NBA. Like when you see the NBA Cup early in the season, like, hey, this may be a finals preview. It literally is. It literally is. NBA gets more money somehow with that. But I'm going to say the point you said before I brought this up is that the way that the Spurs played SGA was probably some of the best defense I saw in SGA these last couple seasons. Yep. You saw him frustrated. You saw him turning the ball over uncharacteristically. Every game, he was getting flustered. This last game, he just locked in and said, "This is game 7." That's why I say SGA got some heart. Like I respect these dudes when they show up in the clutch. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna respect you. I know you flop, and you foul bait and stuff, but SGA came to play, and it wasn't enough. But if the Spurs play defense on Jalen Brunson like they did SGA, I think Spurs in 5. Yeah. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Oh, yeah. And I think honestly, that's kind of being generous, to be honest with you. Because here's the other thing about that's very, that was very cool to see is that they didn't start off playing defense on him like that. Like this is the matter of the series. They learned that, okay, we know he gets into this corner, he brings the ball up slowly. All right, now we attack. Like you saw the transitioning from coaching and players putting, the combination of the mindset together and running that defense. like that was that was one of the coolest things to see as a basketball fan and as when I used to coach, like seeing this transition of like, we need to stop this guy from scoring. We need to eliminate him, right? And to your point, he still came out game 7 and gave him a show. But like the Spurs really stepped up. And shouts out to the center that came in for Wemby as well. Because Cornette, I feel like that's going to be an issue for the Knicks as well. Because once Cat is out down low, I mean, who do you really have as a big man down there? Don't they go small ball?
Well, they got Mitchell Robinson, who's like a Hartenstein type guy.
But he's hurt. He's hurt.
They said they're going to play.
Okay. I thought he was hurt.
He had like a finger injury. He had surgery, and they said he's going to play like with a splint or something.
Okay.
He's an energy guy. They're not going to let him shoot the ball at all. So he's going. But no, I think though, to your point though, is that front court isn't really equipped for Wemby, because we saw again the Thunder wasn't. They actually was putting smaller guys on Wemby, which was kind of weird. The Thunder were, but with the Knicks, I don't see, again, Cat could try. I think Wemby will blow past him every time. Like, I don't think it's even going to be so. I think they're going to put like Josh Hart or someone on Wemby and try to double, kind of what the Thunder did with Caruso, have a smaller guy and kind of double Wemby and hope he misses,
Man, Josh Hart though, like if I'm Castle or Fox and I'm seeing Josh Hart on Wemby just run to the rim, man.
Throw it up.
Just throw it up. That one play where he gets the ball, he dunks it and catches it and walks over to the free throw line. I was like, it's over, man.
It's alien, man. So I think just with the Knicks, the biggest difference, because trying to neutralize Wemby is one thing. That's like one battle. But the game, on the other side of the court, if you can neutralize their best player, Brunson, which, again, the Spurs showed they're capable of neutralizing the 2-time MVP. Again, you've never seen SGA play this bad in a series. And again, a lot of heart, a lot of guts. They got to game 7, right? But I don't see the Knicks having that same reserve like OKC. I think he's going to have his worst series of his career. And then, are you trusting Cat? But maybe for a couple games.
Yeah.
Maybe they push it to 6 games. But I'm not giving them more than 1 or 2 games. I don't.
Or even OG. Like will OG show up? He's known to sometimes not show up. In those crucial moments, if he shows up, like that could be a difference maker. But
That's my thing. It's like, if you're talking about straight up matchups, if you're starting the game with Castle on Brunson, that's scary. Like, that's scary for him right there. And then again, you have that team defense. We got Wemby playing free safety.
Yeah,
this may get ugly. Now again, OKC was hitting their threes. So like that's the crazy thing with all this. OKC was playing great this whole series.
Yeah,
it just Spurs just had more at the end.
And to your point, SGA, he had to change his game last game where he scored, but he had his eyes, like his eyes were open. He was doing these crazy passes.
Those some tough shots he was making.
But the distribution of the ball on top of that was crazy. He was finding people wide open at times. Like, he was really moving the ball around, which allowed him to get those shots, which was crazy to see as well.
Well, and that's where you needed that second valve to kind of get some pressure off of. That's where Jalen Williams could have, again, I think the Spurs still would have won, but you needed that second guy, because Chet, you couldn't just dump the ball to Chet. He wasn't going to do nothing, right? At least with the Knicks, what they could counter. Now I'm going to actually retract something here, because the Thunder was very predictable with their offense going all through SGA. You couldn't go through anyone else. Maybe Jalen Williams could have, I don't know, early in the series. I don't really see it. The Knicks, what they do is, if you're crowding Brunson, they run it through Cat.
Yeah,
and that could be a wrinkle here, because you can't put Castle on Cat. Cat will just back him down all day. Like, so, and I say that because who's the 4 for the
Knicks?
For the Spurs.
For the Spurs. So you got Fox, Castle, Vissel,
You got Champagne,
Champagne and Vassell, yeah, and you got Wemby.
So I guess maybe Champagne plays the 4. Cat could be the X factor.
Yeah,
in this series. Cat could really be the X factor. If you don't put Wemby straight up on him, I don't think you want to do that. You're gonna get in foul trouble.
Yeah,
you want Wemby to roam. So I'm gonna hold my pick. I said 5 initially, but I'm thinking if it's because Knicks have good coaching. Shout out to Mike Brown. He's on a couple teams, but he learned with the Warriors for a couple of seasons too, and during their record-breaking seasons. So
yeah,
he's bringing that coaching and that adjustment, in-game adjustment, and this is a real challenge now. And I'm gonna hold my pick now. I'm actually gonna hold off saying
my thing is, and it goes back to what I was saying with Cat is he needs to change his game plan because Cat's game plan is I want to shoot a 3, and if he starts making them, he's gonna stay at that 3-point line and not take the ball in. And this is a series where you need Cat to be aggressive, at least even if he's not scoring or like shooting the ball down low. As long as he gets the ball, gets a couple like dribbles in, and then dishes it out to the open man. That's what you need because that's bringing that ball inside the movement. You're shifting the defense and making the offense rotate.
I'm gonna say my first bold statement because I had a preliminary bold statement. I'm retracting my Spurs in 5 in real time.
I'm taking it.
My bold statement for this series: if the Knicks have a chance in the series, Cat has to be their best player.
Yeah,
you can't rely on Brunson because you see what the Spurs do to guards. They frustrate them. Brunson, you may have some fourth quarter magic or something like that, but if Cat's not their best player, because I think he could back down Wemby. Wemby still needs some weight.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm giving the Knicks a chance.
My thing is, so offensively, I don't think the Knicks, like, it's not going to be a walk in the park, obviously, because you still got to play against Wemby, but it's not going to be as challenging. I think the issue is going to be the transition of coming back from defense and going to the offense, which is where now this is where you really test a guy like Cat or even Brunson. Is he going to have that energy to get back after battling, trying to guard a guy like Wemby, right? I to your point, I agree with you. I think I might put Hart on Wemby just so I can give time for Cat to breathe.
Yeah.
Because if he has to guard Wemby, then go down and then post Wemby up, me and you both know Cat. Of what we've seen in NBA before.
He's not a defensive guy. Yeah, he's not.
Yeah.
He's not.
And even if he was, just from how he's played, when he's tired, he stays at that 3-point line like 24/7. So
I'm giving the Knicks a chance. I'm actually because I want to see the coaching adjustments. I want to see the matchups, like because this is all a chess game now. Like both teams are very talented. Both teams can score. Both teams, if you get in transition, it can get wild. The Knicks probably more so. Knicks very fire-powered. The Spurs can score with anyone, but I like their defense a little better than the Knicks. But the Knicks got good wings as well too. Again, OG, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, they could D up. So this is all about matchups. And I'm just gonna say every game, if Cat's getting like 25 and 15 a game, the Knicks could win this series if he averages that. If he's coming in pedestrian, and then I think the Spurs could literally sweep him if Cat don't show up because it's not going to be Brunson. I don't think it's going to be Brunson that's going to lead him because the Spurs can.
I'll give him one game. I'm sticking with your bold statement. I'm going with Spurs in 5. I really do think
it's an unofficial bold statement, but it's a caveat. If Cat is the best player, then that can flip the series. But if he goes into a shell, game 1 and 2, they're down 0-2. It's like, okay, Spurs.
So Cat, the ball's in your court, man. You got to prove us wrong right now. You got to prove us wrong.
That's
where I'm at with it.
That's literally where it's at, man. And we're gonna see NBA final starts this Wednesday.
My birthday. Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
So a good night to celebrate and watch the game and do your
The
thing.
Knicks
So,
lose, yeah.
so we'll see what happens. But we definitely we're gonna try again. You know, our schedule, at least my schedule, gets kind of crazy sometimes. But I want to
Right.
keep some regular updates with the sports. I got that sports itch. I gotta talk this stuff. So we'll try to keep this regular as possible. Sunday nights, 10 p.m. as
Yes,
CeeLo
sir.
says as well. So we'll go and slide on out of here for this edition of Night Views, talking the NBA Finals conversation and predictions. We'll see how it goes. Till next time, whatever channel you're on, or whatever platform, make sure you're supporting this. Smash the like or share and talk and everything. Night Views. Sub Dual CeeLo. We out of here, man.